All right, so it is 9:10 in India now. So today, 28th of August, 2021, and our topic of discussion today is detachment is not sacrifice, rather key to enjoy life 100%. Now, this word detachment has different meaning to different people. So I just wanted to clarify something. Detachment here, whatever is meant, normally meant, and what is the spiritual implication of this detachment. So normally people, they consider the detachment means absentism, running away from something or rejecting something. So this particular aspect, the detachment, what it is meant normally by the people, they equate this type of concept that, rejecting, avoiding, or even sacrificing, like you entitled to have something, you cannot have it. Like you are, what it is called, you are prohibited to do certain things. So that is the idea people have. When from any spiritual master or anybody talks about the detachment, they quickly relate that this absentism or forbiddenness with sannyas. Okay, that's renunciation. Like they equate that to have that spiritual, we have to reject something. And because of that, we never been able to understand the detachment meaning properly, because we come with a preconceived notion, some kind of preconceived idea about detachment. That's why rather than going deep into understanding it, we take that thing, okay, detachment means this. So what is the new about it? What to learn about these things? We know detachment. Sannyas is the detached from the family, so that is the detachment. This misunderstanding has led us to think that if we detach from anything in life, we'll not be able to enjoy life. So detachment is equivalent to not enjoying life, what we are entitled to. That's what normal idea. That is the normal conditioning we have about this detachment. So that's why I thought it is better to have a one full session on this understanding only. Okay. So first thing first, that first you have to delink the detachment word associate with sannyas or renunciation. That first you have to disconnect. Then otherwise you cannot progress on understanding this word spiritually. I reiterated many times, I'm telling it again, we are not walking the path of sannyas. We are walking path of spirituality. Yes, sannyas, no. We are walking householder spirituality. Any householder, whatever they do, they enjoy, we enjoy that, everything. There is no running away, no rejection, no forbiddenness there. We are entitled to enjoy our life 100%. And our aim is Aishwaryavan Muktatma, enlightened billionaire. There is Vaisharavan, there is no English word, so billionaire. Even we are entitled to enjoy money, enjoy food, everything. There is no forbiddenness associated with this. So we are on the prosperity consciousness, not poverty consciousness. So we don't associate our path with sannyas. So first thing, I have broken the link between sannyas and detachment. If anybody still think that detachment is associated with sannyas, raise your hand. I need to explain again then. If you still detachment is associated with sannyas, I am saying it's absolutely no, nothing to do with sannyas. Their renunciation, they follow the path of tyag, like, they intentionally drop it and we focus on the some other thing, but that is not our path. We'll not even think of dropping anything or running away from anything in life, whether it is our enjoyment or duties. We cannot. We have to run our own living, we do our duty, give service to the family, friends, enjoy life, and so on and so forth. Only one condition, enjoyment does not mean to harm anyone. Just be careful in the path of enjoyment. If we harm somebody, we'll bind karma. That's all. We will enjoy life with a zero karmic account. That is the householder spiritual path. Okay, so if I get rid of the sannyas part, now let us talk about what is detachment means. Now, we need to detach from the elements which is created by our ego. Okay. What ego creates, like any kind of fascination or any kind of, desire, illogical desire, what our mind creates. And any kind of addiction, any kind of that, all this mind construct, I'm not getting all the words right now, but what I mean is whatever mind creates us towards the life, we have to detach from there so that we can enjoy life. We cannot have that kind of looking at in that colored glasses of our ego and look at life. And that's why Gautam Buddha says attachment is the root cause of suffering in life. All suffering in life. Attachment is a suffering. So if we reverse it, if we go to the detachment, then we can eliminate the root cause of suffering. As per Gautam Buddha, I'm just quoting him here. So what is the other part, other extreme of suffering? Enjoy life 100%. No suffering. So we'll go there. But first let us go point by point. So attachment, why happens? Because our mind creates some kind of illusion, some kind of theory, some kind of conditioning. So we go and behave in a certain way. And okay, Buddha says root cause of suffering is attachment. I will make it simplify these things. Why we are not happy in life, on any matter. If you go there into the specifics, you will find, I'm just telling you, then you compare any type of example you may have. We wanted to have something, we expected something that didn't happen. That's why you become unhappy. That's it, as simple as that. Go to any unhappiness, you expected a certain way, expected some people will behave certain way, or you expected that you will get this object, or you expected that somebody will return in this way, or you expected your health to function in certain way that didn't happen in reality. That's why we're unhappy. So if you take that, this unhappiness is happening where? Happening inside us. External world will run at its own rules. Okay, it does not care who is happy or unhappy. But we are responsible for our inner self, no? Our inner state, not inner self, not higher self, inner state. So if we need to enjoy life, we have to clean our inner state so that we can enjoy 100%. If you wanted to see clear vision of anything, you have to remove the color glasses. Then you can see the actual color, isn't it? So this kind of our contaminations is coming from our mind projections. And how mind creates all these things? Through our five senses. Five senses are given to interact with the external world. We need it. But what happens is that in the bargain, we become so much dependent on these five senses that we assume that this is our right to have it. Suppose we like some food, nothing wrong with that. That means I'm talking about the taste, one of the five senses. Now, our mind programs us, if I don't get that food, I will be unhappy. Or I'll be happy only if I get that food. So that means whatever is happening is, through the senses, you become slave of that food, of the taste. You become a slave because it has got a power to control you. Whether you will be happy or unhappy depends on that food, isn't it? It has got a control. So I'm just giving one example. Now, if you project your life, you will find out hundreds of things are controlling you. And that is the fundamental reason. All the time you are unhappy state. Something or other unhappiness is happening in your life. Because you didn't get whatever you wanted. That's the root cause of unhappiness. Simple. I'm just giving one example. You project it all other 199 other stuff. Same thing. You wanted something, you didn't get it, and that's it. Welcome, Lavanya. You are joining for the first time. Lavanya and Asha initiated yesterday. So you are introducing with the whole group from Bangalore.
Thanks, Guruji.
Okay. God bless you. So we have already started our this program, this satsang. So just for you to listen. If you have any question, we'll have some session for question answer. So we will answer your questions. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So now, so understanding the detachment, what we need to do is, now I'm just giving some, some kind of, okay, before I go there, let me give what other masters say about this detachment. That Deepak Chopra says that we got unhappy because we give too much in order to get anything in physical world. That is his principle. You have to detach from the outcome and be in the process. Okay, I'll explain what is meant by that. What happens is when we, start getting something, then we focus too much on the outcome. Outcome what we like. And because of that, we miss the process. So, and we don't enjoy the journey. Like suppose you are climbing a mountain. So you are so much focused on the mountain peak climbing that you forget about enjoying the journey. And because of any reason, you could not reach to the peak. It looks like your complete journey is a failure. This particular aspect, no, that is very true. Let me put from where it is coming. Because the outcome that controls us, I told you earlier. That's why it makes the whole journey is a failure. It should not be. Journey is a full by, it is as it is. Enjoy the journey. That is more important than this outcome. This fundamentally came, the knowledge, it is coming from something universal knowledge or Brahma Gyan, which is already given thousands of years back in Gita. Okay. Karmani dharmani vaste or ma phaleshu kadachana, something like that. Okay. Means you just do your work just as if it is your duty, and don't concentrate on the fruit. Why? It is not that they are saying don't enjoy fruit. Okay, just be very careful. I'm not saying that you will not get fruit or you don't enjoy fruit. You said don't focus on the fruit because this process of getting the fruit will be spoiled into that one. You will enjoy nothing. So if you can get this state of, you can do whatever you can to the best of your ability, knowledge and experience whatsoever, not concentrating on the result, no matter what result comes, you accept, then all of your journey will be 100% successful. Isn't it? Theoretically saying, I'm saying you're not losing anything because you are in the acceptance, whatever comes. Suppose you wanted to climb a mountain, it may be 20 kilometers through the forest and glaciers and things like that. Because storm came, you could not go last 2 kilometers. You could not actually climb the peak. But you did, do the mountain journey of 10 kilometers. Na? If you accept that journey as it is, the scenery, the experience of going there, that experience is irreversible. Nobody can take it out from you. So if you accept that for today, this is what I accept, whatever I got today, 10 kilometers of journey through the mountain. So that if you accept that, then your journey becomes successful. Success and failure is in your mind. Whatever happened, it happened the way it happened. We call it is the way it is. There is no good or bad there. In higher dimension, there is no duality, no good or bad. Everything is experience. So you enjoy the experience you have. Forget about having that climbing the mountain. Okay. If you are playing a game, enjoy the sports. Doesn't matter where you become top or make, get an Olympic medal or not. Doesn't matter. Enjoy the game. Okay. In the process, if the medal comes, welcome. Will not reject it. But the enjoyment is the first thing. The fact of the matter is, those who enjoy the process, they ultimately become more successful because they become passionate with that one. So whatever do passionately, ultimate success will come there. But if you completely focus on this, then what will happen is your mind will tell you that, if you don't win the medal or if you don't get that award, your life is wasted. And if you don't enjoy the process, then some backdoor idea will come, let me get this award by hook or crook. Okay. So, and this kind of thing will ruin the process. You may get the award, but you will not enjoy that. You cannot run away from you. At the end of your life, there is a story of Chitragupt who has a big things, who write down whatever you have done in these things. Let me tell you, okay? Let me share you with the truth. There is nobody called Chitragupt, okay? But that does not mean that your list will be 10 times longer. Okay, chalo, there's nobody else is there, so let me. Because that Chitragupt is yourself. He will meet you, your higher self there. That is your Chitragupt. The Chitra, the image, Gupt, is hidden within you. You cannot run away from you. You cheated someone and you have done something in remote locality somewhere, nobody's seen, it doesn't matter. You know. All those will be given you only. Just see you tally the sheet, and that time you will see that this is what is happening. This is what has happened and how much you get carried away with it. So it doesn't matter. So what you do, better you enjoy the process and then whatever you have achieved, take that is your acceptance of that. Yesterday I was, talking to another my Guru Bhai is also an enlightened master and very, very advanced. So in that level, he was asking me that I have reached to certain stage, So, and there is from inside some pukar comes that how I can go to that side. Like I'm just like standing on top of a fence, feel like I have crossed all the way, but I wanted to go that side. And this comes from within, I have to go that side. How I can get there. So then I saw what is happening. So then the thing I got, he already reached wherever he need to be. So I said, you already are on the top of, say you are only on the top of the Everest. So don't look at there, you will fall. There's nothing there. Don't try to jump from there in the desire to go to that side. And you accept it is wherever you are. That is the peak possible. Just acceptance is needed. You need not to go anywhere. You are there. So then he is asking me, "Ye pukar ka main kya karu?" What is coming from inside that awaz, that urge? What to do with that? I said that let the pukar come out and shout, so that it will be reverberate in the whole atmosphere. You will get the echo back and enjoy the echo. So pukar will come out from you and enjoy the ego. Anyway, this is some little higher level of spiritual stuff. So I'm just saying, just for example, you may be already there where you need to be. Only acceptance is needed. Don't run behind getting the result, the fruit. And it's quite possible that your imaginary fruit may not exist at all. It's all in your mind. When we come here, we take birth, we take birth to experience life, not getting top in the school and best in the sports and get ourselves into the topmost rank in the company. This is not what we have planned for. We come here with a certain experiences, and that experience is not necessarily what our ego mind tells us. We choose our life. We choose the way we will live. What are the experiences we will have? And of course, we then forget about it when we take birth. So you are not aware that it means your soul has taken that kind of decision. Somebody was asking me if your soul has a decision, means you decide not only that, you have where to take birth, who will be your parents, and what will be your intelligence level, what is your earning capacity, what is the kind of things you will achieve in life. Achievements you can also design for experiences of failure in our sense, external sense. You wanted to experience how it feel like to be third in the class and never be able to be first. That is a designed position you selected. Not necessarily first all the time. So that's our soul chooses. So somebody was asking me if our soul chooses to, get our parents and everything. So we could have choose Tata, Ambani, and Birlas as our parents. Why to bust our brain unnecessarily with all these things? It is possible, but intentionally it is not chosen, because the type of experience you need for your experience of your soul, the soul's growth by experience, that experience is not possible there. For that experience, you have to come to the level where that experience is possible. And that is why, so you have heard the story, many king, they have chosen to live a life of a beggar for 1 month, in disguise, so that nobody knows he's a king. Why? Because he wants to have that experience. Those kind of experiences are not possible. It's like that story, it's just a story. Some son of some sheikh in Saudi Arabia, he heard that a lot of people are dying out of hunger in Africa and many other places. So then he asked question, they don't have supermarket nearby? Is it too far off? And this idea of not getting food is that supermarket is not near. So that's the kind of thing. That kind of experience our soul doesn't want, because it will not mature you. What our soul wants, to polish you, to make the coal to be the diamond, you need to be polished. All this kind of grinding is needed to polish, high temperature pressure for millions of years to get the coal converted into diamond, then come out and then cut from all sides, then grind, then polish, and all this kind of thing. Then the true value will come out. And soul is planning our life exactly that way. After getting that raw diamond from the ground, if you're too sympathetic, oh no, we should not cut and should not polish, you will not get that value. Nobody buy that diamond. Means even if somebody buys, he will buy it to cut and polish. Means you cannot avoid that. Means otherwise nobody will buy. Same here. So now let me come back to that technique, that how we can achieve, this achievement, so achieving detachment. So it is, I hope it is clear that this purpose is this, how we can do that. Our inner, satisfaction is, our acceptance is more important, reducing the desire. Outcome is not that important. Outcome, focusing on outcome is the root cause of that one. And so what you can do to achieve this, that's detachment. So detachment from the result. Okay? Detachment from the result, that is the key to enjoy the journey of life. Okay? Come with some path and all those things, enjoy the journey. And that's what I have given. If you enjoy 100% of wherever you are, I'm talking about the post-enlightenment, that spiritual state, where I give an example of my Guru Bhai to discuss about this. Means you need not to go, basically you need not to go, you need to go nowhere. Why nowhere? Because everything is now and here. If you see the nowhere, how it is written? N-O-W-H-E-R-E. H-E-R-E, right? So N-O-W, you take it out, and then W-H-E-R-E, take it out. So now here, so nowhere, the word itself has now and here. That is a spiritual understanding. If you accept wherever you are, 100%, you are fully enlightened. You need not to search for anything. All you need is now and here. That is the actual message I was telling him. Okay, you need not to look for it. So-called whatever the Jannat and heaven and all these kind of things, now and here. You just enjoy it. Problem is that it is not that that kind of experience you cannot have. Only thing is your expectation that I will get it somewhere else. That expectation needs to come down. When you cut all those expectations, then you can 100% enjoy the present state. And that is pure, blissful, joyful state, 100% state. This is possible in any activity we do or anything we do. Suppose, okay, let me put this way. Before that, I have given an example of enjoying food, right? How much of you truly enjoy food, even if you get your best food, what you like? You are not aware that you are taking the food, it is touching your tongue, and tongue is having that kind of, the chemical reaction happening, and it is going. We are not 100% there. Our attention is not there. We are not enjoying food. We are having food. We're not there. On top of it, we are eating food and mobile messaging and seeing what is there in the TV and all. But we are not concentrating 100%. Anything, suppose you are cooking. If you cook 100% attention, whatever you are doing, in 6-step meditation, we practice this, that awareness of your surrounding, body surrounding, how it is this and that, because we are not aware of this, our surrounding even. This, if you go 100% attention to whatever you are doing, then you enjoy life 100%. Sharmishta, I wanted to ask any question?
Yes, because I think because living in America, I always crave for Indian food. I cook at home as much as possible, and so when you're saying that I don't enjoy food while eating, but I don't agree with you when you say that, because when I'm eating in especially Indian food, I enjoy it very much. I enjoy the process. So what do you mean when you say that we don't enjoy?
Okay, so what I mean that while having food, if you only having food, not doing anything else, your attention is not anywhere else, you are there.
Okay.
Okay, but if you're reading something, talking to somebody, listening, watching TV and all those things, your attention is not there on the food. You may having the food, but you are not enjoying it 100%. It can be 80%, 60%, that differs. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Okay, that's nothing wrong in enjoying food, absolutely. But I'm saying 100% enjoyment. The question is about whether we enjoy 100%. That 100% enjoyment come if we give 100% attention to the food.
Okay, got it.
All right. And this also, suppose something we are waiting for something to happen. Okay. And it may or may not happen. So that, as I explained earlier, that determines our state of happiness, unhappiness, and all those things. So what does that mean? Should we not intend something? Should we not wait for anything? No, you may wait for anything, but without desire. Means if you are waiting for something, suppose you are waiting for someone to come, or some parcel to arrive or something, anything, you're waiting for that. Nothing wrong in waiting. Normally the waiting is known in the Hindi, there is a word called pratiksha. Okay. Pratiksha means you are waiting with a desire, like it will arrive, and because waiting with a focus on the result. Phaleshu. Phal. So waiting with a desire with the result is called pratiksha. And in the spiritual practices, when I will just tell you how to get there, if we are waiting with a detachment, that is called titiksha, not pratiksha. Only the desire of the result has gone. You can wait, but not focusing on the result only. And you accept no matter what result comes. Then you are liberated from it. You are liberated from the result. Suppose you are desiring some food. Like Sharmishta was telling that she enjoys Bengali food. Nothing wrong with that. But if you are waiting for that food to come. If it comes, you enjoy. If it don't come, then also you are in an equal state. Then you are absolutely fine. Because that food is no longer controlling you. But if you got mad if you don't get that food, that part is coming from the desire what we need to control. Because otherwise, our life will go uncontrollable. Will be full of unhappiness. Because statistically speaking, 50% thing will happen, 50% will not happen. No, statistically. If the result is yes or no, then if you take 100 times, then 50 times will be yes and 50 times no. It's a standard statistics. No? So if you get acceptance of that, the no part also, then we get liberated from it. Then no matter what, whether it is yes or no, it cannot control us. Okay. Now this detachment, let us yes, Sanjeev.
Yes, Sanjeev. And Dada, like I have a question related to this particular thing. See, I have two.
We cannot hear you.
Hello, are you getting me?
Yeah.
आवाज आ रही है? Okay. Dada, like I have two questions. Both are interlinked. First question is about like what is the main motive of the soul to get this birth? उसका aim क्या है? Second is like जैसे अभी आपने कहा कि like प्रतीक्षा. So it means if the soul is taking birth every like we are taking birth from the different lives. So it means there is some result like what our soul is expecting, like that end result, and that is the enlightenment, right? So उस result को लेने के लिए again and again like our soul is like taking birth just to have the different experiences. So experiences and the like to have some results. So both are like don't like what I feel like it's both are interlinked only. यहाँ पे प्रतीक्षा नहीं हो रहा है, यहाँ पे प्रतीक्षा ही वो सोल प्रतीक्षा ही कर रही है ना कि भैया ठीक है मेरे को अपना अलाइनमेंट चाहिए. Like I have to be get aligned, right?
Okay, I'll explain. Can you move?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So there, you asked about two questions. First is why the soul takes birth, and secondly, the soul takes birth with some kind of desire, something to achieve here. So naturally, there will be some pratiksha for that. That's what your question is, right? Yeah. So first was why soul takes a birth? Because there are two things parallelly runs here. One is the soul's original plan, and next is to settle the karmic account. It plan accordingly, next life, to settle the karma. So most likely what happens is that all of us have taken minimum 500 to 700 births. Now, human births, before that other animals and other things. But in this, maybe original 50 births, original soul's plan has been completed. But because of free will, we have done something and generated karma. So it is planning to settle the karma. So when We take birth to settle one karma. Maybe that karma is settled, but we bind two more karmas, which is not settled in that life. Then soul has to design another life to settle that. So उसमें आके we do something else. Then वो सिलसिला चलता रहता है. This is the main issue of getting the birth. To settle that karma, suppose you cheated someone, it is the money is not paid in that life. So another life is needed to come to that situation that you have to pay that money back to that guy in any form. That drama can happen in a different way. So if that happens, if you go into that, till that happens, your soul's actual plan is not complete, because its higher purpose is to settle the karma, to make it zero. Unless until all karmas are settled, one cannot get enlightened. So this is the issue. Soul plans again and again to give you the opportunity to settle this karma. That is how the soul designs. If you wanted to burn many karmas in single life, then they choose a life of suffering, means losing a lot of things. This losing is in that life, but earlier life, whatever we have done, it is settled here. If you have taken loan from 5 banks, maybe you wanted to get out of all the loans, so you choose next 2 years to pay all the loans, big EMIs. You will suffer that 2 years, because so many 80% of your salary goes in settling those loans. So that, if you look at that, it will be, maybe it is from soul point of view, they will choose to repay early rather than drag it on and on and on. So that is why we get, when we look into single life, we get a lot of so-called injustices and things happen, because we don't get the overall picture. That's why. Okay, now let me come to the second part of your question, that soul has to wait, forget, soul has a desire. Soul doesn't have a desire, it has got a plan. We have to just act on the plan. So you just imagine a scenario, whatever plan has come, if we, without any complaint, if we finish it, the karma will go, we get liberated. But what happens is, we don't want to do that because it is uncomfortable. Okay, we try different ways, our brain, our ego try to play with us. So maybe in that lifetime also it didn't do whatever it's supposed to do. And then it dragged on to the next life, and then again we have to take birth and things like that. Okay, so in that sense, when the life started, soul doesn't have any desire. It has got a plan. It creates a situation, but all the time you have a free will to say yes or no. Always you have, and because of that, what we do is we so much concentrate on that, the result, or we think we're smart, we avoided it. And that's why the Chitragupt thing came. You have dodged whom? Because if it is there in the account, it is energy balance. It has to happen. If you have to take a loan from a bank, you have to pay back, no matter what you do. You can delay things, and whatever it is, you get a notice, maybe police will come and, court case will happen, all this kind of stuff. It will increase, but you have to pay. There is no way you can outsmart these things. So that is what, when the life is running, there is no desire from the soul there. It planned you for a certain things. In fact, to my understanding, best approach will be settle that and get out of it. So that rest of the life you can live a life of freedom. But don't challenge what is coming to you. Means don't object to that. Face that challenge and overcome, and that's it. It will go away from your life. Okay. All right. So now let me give you quickly on.
Yeah, I have a question.
Anupam, I'll come back to you. Let me finish that explanation. I will come back to you. Yeah. So now it is how to do it. Okay, this is a type of thing. Background we understood. What are the reason we understood? See, our 5 senses, what have been given to us, by design, the human body. This is to experience the external world. And we experience through our 5 senses. What experience happens inside the brain. But the interaction, the interface is our 5 senses. The taste, smell, touch, and all these kind of things. Now, if you wanted to get the detachment, what you need to do is you have to pull all these senses inward. Means bringing inward means automatically the outside dependency will go. So this is a spiritual technique to bring that attention from the outside to inside, because ultimately they are feeding it to our ego mind. If we get ego mind silenced, then it will not be dependent on the external factors. Means, in other words, if we stop having this kind of input from externally, ego without getting the food will die. If it dies, you are in a state that everything, all your senses are not being prompted by someone. Means earlier it was your ego. If it is not prompted on someone, then you can actually enjoy it 100%. Like I earlier was telling that looking the thing in the color glasses, looking the world. If the glass has been removed, then it is in the pure form. Whatever comes in front of you, you just see it. And whatever the food it comes in front of you, enjoy it. That instrument is still there. Only the expectation of the result is not there. So you can enjoy that 100% because you are not influenced by your previous experiences or, whatever mind prompted you. Let me give some equivalent example to understand this. Like every time, okay, now suppose I have many of my college friends here. So suppose we meet after 10 years, some friend. What will happen is we download our past, what happened in the school or college. Maybe in last 10, 20 years, that person has completely changed. But we will look that person from that glasses of that. So what will happen? Our interaction will be contaminated. Okay. Suppose one in the school, some fellow was very naughty. Maybe now he was not nowhere nearby, but we'll always think this is a crafty bugger. He may do something. He may not. Okay. But my reaction to him will be different because I have already have this kind of preconceived idea about that person. Now think of, I met with somebody first time. I don't have any file. So my interaction will be fresh, right? I will try to develop friendship and see, we'll enjoy that stalking, things like that. So what is the difference between somebody with my old memory and somebody without old memory? Because this is fresh. I can, give approach. I can accept that person as he is. I'm talking the new one. So in this case, in the case of food and all these kind of things, if you cut down the memory part of it, then every time you will take the food, it will like you are having it for the first time. See, every time we're meeting a friend, it's called living in a moment. As if the interaction happening for the first time, there is no memory, there is no contamination. It's a pure, we're approaching pure, and that is the way to enjoy life 100%. If I can able to meet all my friends as if new, okay, and if I take every food as if I'm having it for the first time, okay, it's a different story. If I meet my wife, whether I will consider meeting for the first time, that is a different story. But if that happens, see, the life is changed 100%, right? You enjoy, give your attention to the fullest in the totality. The law of diminishing return has gone because every time is a fresh moment and you are starting fresh, are enjoying fresh. So how you achieve that? You drop the expectation, you drop that clouding, you drop the cloud of that you are putting between this interaction for the second, third time and the friends and things like that. You are not judging, you are not leveling. only leveling, judging, this has gone. Interaction is still there. Okay, so this is how, if we can detach ourselves, not become slave of the five senses, just you have to pull them inside. Like you have to go concentration inside. Earlier we were talking about having food. If you just have food with 100% attention, exactly what you taste. Yeah, you may enjoy a lot of food, but you may not know 100% taste of that. If you can do that, you are actually meditating. Cooking can be meditation, eating can be meditation, walking can be meditation. How? Because you are pulling all this attention inward. You are experiencing it 100%. Okay. Not that you are, you are walking and also talking and also thinking that this fellow has cheated me and I'll take care of that and some office stuff. So then you are not giving your concentration 100% to the walking. You are not enjoy walking. You are pretending to be enjoying walking. Now the beauty is, whatever you give 100% attention. Now listen to this but very carefully. It is not traditional thing what I'm saying now. If you give attention to something 100%, you get automatically detached. Energetically, it cannot bind you anymore. Okay. When I was, earlier my life I had addiction of drinking habit. So one of the master told that before taking the drink, you look at it, give the 100% attention, and then drink. And what will happen to this? Is what nonsense. I was suffering a long thing. I have taken a treatment and this and that, and almost ruining all my relationships, getting fat from the job and all this kind of stuff. And when looking at it, what will happen? But that is the key for the detachment. You are giving full attention. It will be detached. It will be dropped. Energetically, it will not have a power to bind you anymore. So this, because all this addiction, attachment is created by mind. Full attention, the monkey mind stops. Any kind of things, if you can full attention, the mind stops. And I was just giving yesterday in the initiation session that mind can stop in the very different ways. Like I was just sharing to Lavanya and Asha that I attended, I think, one conference, not to whom you or I think somebody, maybe I was talking to Narvekar, I think. I attended one conference in 2012, World Parliament on Spirituality. And there we got one different type of yoga, different type of spiritual practices, and one of them was laughter yoga. So to whom I was talking? Narvekar, to you?
Yeah. It was in our...
Okay, all right, yeah. So what happened? There are different types of spiritual laughter yoga. I got a little funny. How laughter can be yoga? But when he explained that when we laugh wholeheartedly, then that time our mind stops. And that is the way he found to get into the no thought zone and to the ultimate consciousness. Wonderful. That's why I'm saying don't, look down upon other activities. If you're doing it 100%, mind stops. Or I normally give how attention reduces this kind of activity. It's a natural. Nobody consciously doing it, but it happens automatically. I normally give an example that suppose in some child's birthday and all the children, they are inside a room and nobody is there, no adult is there, they're throwing pillow at each other, shouting, jumping on the bed and all these kind of things. The moment one adult opens the door and get into the room, all the activity of the children stops. Or at least reduced to minimum. The adult need not to say anything. or shout at somebody or punish somebody. Just simply attention. The children are aware somebody is watching. That's good enough to reduce the activities. Same thing happens here. If you give attention, all monkey mind stops so that you can enjoy that 100%, whatever you are doing. Because you are not controlled by the preconceived ideas and all. All the senses you pull inside to enjoy that. Enjoy the experience. And that is how you get into that detachment. By giving full attention to whatever we are doing without any expectation. Because expectation, again, a mind game. The mind stops, who will expect? Nobody is there to expect. I'm in the present moment and enjoying whatever I'm doing 100%. Full. That is complete by itself. That is reward by itself. So that is how we get into the detachment. All right, Nirupam, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my question is answered actually. I was trying to ask this question only.
Okay,
how you enjoy, how you get detached. Yes, yes.
All right, all right. Good. Any other question from anyone? Yes, Pinky.
So this is in reference to the example you gave for a detachment. Like when you're attached to something, put full focus on it to get detached. So how can we apply this on the kids, on our kids?
You cannot give attention to kids, they have to give attention to themselves. You cannot control somebody with your attention. Okay, but we can get detached from inside so that they cannot bother you anymore. Okay, but for them to make the change happen, they have to give attention by themselves. Only thing what you can do is the input what is coming from them, that you can control. Then you can come there, that I can do only this much, and I have done my best, and rest I leave it to the divine to take care of it. And you have to truly do so. You have to truly surrender it to divine. I have done whatever best I can to the best of my knowledge, experience, intelligence, whatever I got in this body. I have done my bit. Now I rest, I leave it to you. Then you will get liberated from it. Okay. You need to change them. You have to get liberated from it. And this particular aspect, it's called, Pinky, can you mute? Your version is coming. Can you mute? Yeah. So let me explain you this way. This relationship matters. You know, it is called, all of you please listen. It's a good question. I think it will be important for it. It is actually part of the relationship experiences. Relationship is called detached attachment. Okay. So what is detached? Means some people say, my sons or daughter or husband, wife, whoever, I'll run away and throw them out. No. You need to detach in the mind level, physical level, so that physical activities, talking things are not affecting you anymore. Don't give that power to anyone to control you through their behavior or words. It is a disconnection, detachment in the lower level. And connect into the higher level. That will take little time to establish. But when you look the other person from the soul's point of view and accept as it is, your acceptance, then one point of time magic will happen. Physical level also, lower level also, their behavior will change. But as long as you are engaged into this lower level, you've never been able to connect with the higher level. So first you disconnect the lower level and establish only on the higher level. I have done myself this exercise. How I have done? I told myself, I shared earlier, I'm sharing it again, relationship issues. I told myself 60 years back, there was no Rajdeep. 60 years from now, there'll be no Rajdeep. So how does it matter if I play the role of a Rajdeep as if it is non-existent? Means I am not giving opinion or thing. I have a right to give. It's not about the right and what I should do and what I should not do. Or what I think is important, not important. I just stop giving it. Somebody, okay, my family said I wanted to go there. Okay, go. So I said, fine. I was thinking, okay, came back. Okay, came back. Next day, say again, I wanted to go to the same place. I didn't ask why. I could have said, you went yesterday. Why you wanted to go again? Unnecessarily burning petrol. I didn't say that. I said, okay, let's go there again, without questioning. So after that, what happens is, because I'm not giving any input, so that everybody is enjoying that, and that changed themselves. Because it is not a restriction. They need not to plan or scheme things that how I can make that happen what we want. Because they know whatever you will ask, it will happen. No resistance. So that is the way I have used to disconnect it, to get this attachment in my sense of duty, and I have a right to say something. I am the head of the family, and all this kind of stuff, what was going on in my mind, I disconnected that intentionally. That was my exercise. Nothing to do with my family members. The understanding is I am walking my path, they are walking their path. Whatever their soul's plan, they came here and they will do it. Unnecessarily, why I should poke my nose into everything and spoil things? But the thing is, when you give full freedom, automatically thing reduces. And that is the time you establish higher level connections. That I'm talking just that experimentation of it. Okay, and if you say that I tried, didn't happen, it's okay. It may not happen at one go. That expectation need to drop. So that is what that relationships is, we call detached attachment. So first you have to disconnect. Otherwise, if the lower level is disconnect, then same story will go again and again and again. If scolding someone and saying demanding something, if things could have been sorted out, then it got sorted out years back, isn't it? The issue is the level where the problem is. I'm not saying problem. I say, okay, the level where things are getting played, solution cannot come from the same level. It has to go one level higher to get the solution. I normally give example, if the, two laborers are fighting, supervisor has to intervene to stop that fighting. If two supervisors are fighting, then the engineer has to intervene to stop those two supervisors fighting. And two engineers are fighting, the manager has to intervene to stop that fighting. Like that. You cannot get the solution there. Otherwise, solution could have achieved already. There is no conflict at all. So you need to raise the level. So to sort out this level of issues, you have to go to the soul level, higher level, so that you get a permanent solution. So that is the way forward. And this comes from the understanding and acceptance. Acceptance of what it is the fundamental of detachment. If you accept what it is, then I'm not accepting or rejecting. I mean, the attachment, question of attachment doesn't arise. I'm accepting whatever it is. Okay. All right, Pinky.
Guruji, like
Yes,
if
thank
you,
you.
Okay. Bless you. Yes, Hariom.
in this case, suppose you are in your house and there is a electricity board. Your child is
Yeah.
going and always putting his finger into this. And if you can keep sitting detached, he will put his finger into it and get an electric shock.
You remember the 4 principles of operating principles? Have we given? 4 principles.
Yeah.
Protect physically. Protect physically. Where is the physical protection gone?
Okay.
Physical body need to be protected physically. That cannot be achieved by detachment. Okay, when you cannot keep your door open and you expect by detachment thief will not come. Definitely come. So you have to protect physically.
बड़ा complex है.
ठीक है, let us start the journey तो चालू करते हैं ना, तो enjoy the journey, solution अपने आप मिल जाएगा. Okay.
Rajita, so one more question.
Yes, Sharmishta, go ahead.
How will the principal of a school, if he's spiritually uplifted, can fulfill the duty of being a principal and at the same time follow the spiritual rules, like let the students do whatever they want and then try to solve the issues at a higher spiritual level? So this principal has to follow the protocol and make students follow the rules and things like that, right?
Correct. So principal has to do his duty. It has nothing to do with his spirituality. Like a judge for his work can give a death penalty to 5 people, but he will not bind any karma. That is his duty. He has to do, follow the rule. So same way, it doesn't matter what the spiritual state or spiritual level the person is, as long as that person is playing the role of a principal, the principal's duty has to be applied. So that is the main thing he has to do as per the rule book or whatever the guideline. There is no conflict between this. So even though work is anything, that's what I've given an example of a judge. Even if you are giving order to kill 5 people, still you will not bind anything because you're doing as a duty.
So only in relationships you are saying that like we have to tell ourselves that where is the, I'm trying to understand, like sometimes I'm telling myself, okay, I'm doing my duty by telling my child not to watch TV for so long, but then
Right.
at the same time the controversy is there. Okay, what will happen if the child watches TV for so long? Versus, okay, you are making her do something else which the child is not enjoying, and then blah blah blah. The argument goes on forever, right? So
Yeah.
so someone has to do those duties. Someone has to play the role, and then how do you know which one is your duty and which one, like people are saying, okay, you enjoy doing those things because you like controlling people. So how do you define your duties and how
Okay, let us go point by point. First of all, that you ask yourself, am I doing this particular aspect for the best interest of my child or not? Or it is, I am trying to show that I am the boss and you have to obey me. If former is the case, don't bother what they are saying. Okay, it is for their best interest. As per your understanding, you just apply there. You are doing your duty. And then who says what, it doesn't matter. Okay. So yeah, but at the same time, be honest to yourself. If you see there is some element, there is some kind of, you are giving some punishment in the form of these orders, then you check yourself as well, whether there isn't truth in it, what they're saying. Okay. So that it need to be balanced that way. But if you are clear that it is only for that purpose, there is nothing wrong. Why I'm saying this, in the childhood we have read Gandhiji's some punishment to the children, and in our English textbook it was there that normally we punish the students or things for how to satisfy our anger. It may not be for their best interest. I forget the name of the passage. If anybody remembers that, my friends, let me know. Yeah. You know that where this punishment, the Gandhiji, his experience he was sharing that I punished some student, and later on he analyzed and said the most of it, the punishment, the caning, what he did, it is just to satisfy. He was angry because they are not following the students are not following his instruction. It has nothing to do with actually what difference it will make to their lives and for their ultimate good. So that is part I am saying that it works both way. So it is case by case basis we have to decide. But in this case, if you have done it for the best interest of the other children, perfect. No need to even listen to that. You leave it there.
So in this case, the teacher binds the karma by not following the right way?
No, that's why I give an example of the judge. No karma. Even if killing 5 people, giving order to kill 5 people, no karma. Because he is doing his duty.
But as you told that it is not the best interest of the student, that's why I'm asking.
No, if it is not if some anger factor is there to taking that action, you will bind karma for sure.
That's what
you wanted to satisfy your anger rather than actually making it correct or apply the rule.
Right.
So you will bind karma in that case.
Sir, I'm again in audio mode, sir. Sir,
No
this
problem.
is Shweta, sir.
Yes, Shweta.
Thank you so much for every word, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, I just want to say that Lavanya is new and she have asked her question through message. So,
oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, can you unmute and ask the question? Lavanya, unmute and ask the question. First, you have to raise your hand so that I can get your attention. Because chat, normally I don't read. Can you unmute and ask your question verbally?
Yeah, sure, Guruji. So I was asking, how do we settle the karma that you mentioned? We need to settle it only then we will be getting our enlightenment, right? So how do we settle it if we don't remember what we've done in our past lives or what is our soul's plan?
See, that's a good question. What you need to do, you will not remember what it is, but if you do your duty, whatever duty comes in front of you, if you do it diligently, then it is called karma yoga. Automatically the karma will take care of it. Only you have to, whatever your assignment, your duty, you are doing it, faithfully. You're doing your duty, giving service, doing good work, not cheating anyone. Just a standard, what we get that thing, if we follow, then karma will automatically be taken care of. When you are raised at certain level of karma yoga, you achieved a certain state, then you'll be ready for the next step, which is a kriya yoga. Somebody will appear in your life, some master, and he'll teach you the technique, what you got yesterday. Okay.
Did she just walk out?
It is not. Yes, Sharmishta? Okay. So it was not by accident. Unless until you are ready with your karma, at a certain level of karma is not taken into account, you will not get, I was explaining, no? People have to wait 50 lifetimes to get in touch with an enlightened master physically, to communicate, to ask. Okay, so don't think it has happened only few years or you come to know about somebody maybe 2 days back and you got it and all. It's not that. Okay. You have lifetimes of effort there. And you are getting that fruit now. Anyway, so unless until you have achieved certain level, not everything, certain level of karma, you will not get in touch with anyone like this who can show you the next stage. Means if you don't complete, say, class 5 course, you cannot be promoted to 6. No? Class 6 teacher will not come. You have to continue till you pass that. So when that will happen, then you will start follow the spiritual practices, which is kriya. And we have to start practicing. So next step will start. Whoever has taught you these spiritual practices definitely will tell you to do meditation. Meditation, we meditate in the chin mudra, no? You learned 5 fingers represent 5 elements. this is air element and thumb is a fire element. When you touch this, the fire element and air element together, it ignites the fire. So when we meditate in this mudra, we call it Dhyan Agni, meditative fire. In the meditative fire, your stored karma, we call it Sanchita karma, those get roasted. So that is second phase of getting rid of the karma. First, karma yoga, there's no doubt about it. Okay, so you have to do that. When you are ready something, then you meditate. Over the period of time, the bulk of karma will get roasted. But it is fact that whatever the so many lifetimes of karma in one lifetime, it is not possible to burn all those things. But if you meditate, you go to no thought zone. Meditation means to achieve no thought. If you can achieve the 45 minutes of no thought zone in a single session, then divine grace will happen. Means divine normally happens. But there is no such fixed rule. But normally, when you achieve that state, your God spot open, divine grace happens. The divine, we call it Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa take away rest of your karma in a moment. Just burn it, finish. Then you get enlightened. The same moment. So that is how the karma works. First you have to do your 100%. Then you have to do this meditation. Also you have to do all other things in parallel. Means it is not that then you can start cheating. Okay, meditation will take care. It's not that. Anytime you fall back, it will not happen. You give your 100% in the external life. Also you are meditating. Go to that is called sadhana. With the sadhana, you go to a level that you can achieve the no thought zone. Complete control over your mind. And annihilation of your ego. If you go to no thought, ego has no role. They will run away. That will happen much earlier. Then when you go to the state, when your mind is fully under your control, then you switch off your mind and 45 minutes happens, then rest of your karma will get burned by the divine. We don't have that capacity. That's how we got enlightened. Clear? Okay.
Yes, Guruji,
good.
thanks.
All right. God bless you.